WrestleMania 42 just set Las Vegas on fire, and the legendary John Cena is leading the charge as the first-ever host of the massive event. After officially hanging up his boots, the 17-time world champion made a stylish return to the ring, capturing every moment from a brand-new perspective and keeping the energy at an absolute fever pitch for over 100,000 screaming fans.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The spectacle at Allegiant Stadium delivered pure chaos and headline-grabbing drama that changed the landscape of WWE forever. From Bianca Belair dropping a massive personal surprise that stunned the crowd to Randy Orton turning on Cody Rhodes in a brutal post-match assault, every single second was packed with unforgettable moments that you simply have to see to believe. We are looking at a changing of the guard that has the entire wrestling world buzzing with intensity. In a historic clash that defined the weekend, the powerhouse Oba Femi took down the legendary Brock Lesnar in a display of strength that left the veteran emotional, and the fans witnessing the definitive end of an era in real time. With John Cena now actively working to figure out his next big role as a WWE ambassador, and the entire roster reeling from these earth-shattering results, the road ahead is more unpredictable than ever. Make sure you are ready for every update and hit that subscribe button with the notification bell turned on so you never miss a second of the action. Ever imagined a WWE show without the jorts and sneakers? Well, the legend himself, John Cena, just proved that he doesn't need a wrestling ring to own the stage. Fresh off his gig as the first-ever host of WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, Cena is opening up about what it was like trading his iconic ring gear for a sharp suit and a front-row seat to the chaos. It wasn't just about standing at the podium either. Across 2 electric nights, we saw Cena doing everything from announcing Bianca Belair's major news to getting caught up in a hilarious, bizarre segment with Danhausen and The Miz. You could tell he was soaking in every second of it. Posting to his fans, Cena sounded genuinely moved by the 106,000-plus crowd that made the weekend unforgettable, calling the experience a completely new perspective on the business he helped define. But here is the million-dollar question. What comes next for the man who has done it all? Since hanging up his boots after that final clash with Gunther, the speculation has been wild. But during a recent stop at MegaCon, Cena hinted that he is already cracking the code on a new, permanent role within the WWE system. He teased that he is working hard to find a way to be a truly useful, integrated part of the company. If the pieces fall into place, we might be seeing a whole lot more of him behind the scenes soon. It is fascinating to watch a career evolve from the face of the brand to a potential cornerstone of its future operations. We want to hear from you. What kind of role do you want to see Cena take on next? A backstage mentor, a creative mastermind, or maybe something else entirely? Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. After all, when it comes to John Cena, the only thing we should expect is the unexpected. WrestleMania 42 has officially come and gone, and if you thought Vegas was just about high-stakes gambling, think again, because the Allegiant Stadium turned into an absolute powder keg. From surprise baby reveals to the potential end of an iconic career, this was the Super Bowl of wrestling in every sense of the word. Let's start with the spectacle. Lin-Manuel Miranda set the stage with goosebump-inducing packages, while Joe Jonas serenaded the crowd to kick off night 2. And the celebrity sightings, they were everywhere. We had Rick Rubin, Daniel Cormier, and a beer-chugging showdown between NFL legends George Kittle and Rob Gronkowski, which Kittle won, by the way. But the real host, the legendary John Cena, reminded us all why he's the GOAT, opening the shows with that classic high-octane energy we've all missed. Now for the chaos. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton had a brutal, bloody brawl that ended in a dark turn. After Cody snagged the win with a little help from a chaotic Pat McAfee, a bitter Orton snapped, taking out the champ with a title belt and a savage punt kick. It was a somber, jarring way to close out Saturday. But the biggest pop of the night? Bianca Belair dropped a bombshell, revealing her baby bump in an iconic Beyoncé-style entrance. If she and Montez Ford are passing on those elite genetics, the future of the roster is already set. Elsewhere, we saw the emotional return of Paige to the ring, capturing the tag team titles, while Becky Lynch reclaimed the Intercontinental Championship in a gritty win over AJ Lee. The heavyweight drama didn't stop there. Roman Reigns reclaimed his throne, defeating CM Punk in a match that felt personal, political, and downright legendary, complete with the Ula Fala back around his neck. But perhaps the most historic moment of the weekend was Oba Femi's absolute dismantling of Brock Lesnar. Watching Lesnar sit in the ring, removing his gloves and boots while the crowd chanted his name, felt like a genuine passing of the torch. It was an emotional, era-ending scene that left even the most hardened fans a little choked up. From Penta's gravity-defying ladder match to Trick Williams taking the U.S. title, WrestleMania 42 proved that the WWE machine is running hotter than ever. Whether you're catching Raw on Netflix or SmackDown on USA, the landscape has officially shifted. What was your personal highlight from the weekend? Did the right people walk out with the gold, or are you still reeling from that Lesnar moment? Drop a comment below and let's get the debate going. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to stay on top of all the latest wrestling news. Because trust me, the fallout from this one is going to be wild. What if I told you there's only one man on the planet who truly stands toe-to-toe with the Beast, Brock Lesnar, without the underdog label attached to his name? It sounds impossible, right? Well, according to the legendary John Cena, that man is none other than the powerhouse Oba Femi. We all know Brock Lesnar isn't just a wrestler. He's a force of nature. A man who has decimated icons and turned championship rings into his personal playgrounds. Usually, anyone standing across the ring from Brock is fighting an uphill battle, praying for a miracle. But Cena's recent comments have shifted the entire narrative. He's pointing at Femi, a rising star who brings a unique, terrifying blend of raw athleticism and sheer physical dominance that we haven't seen in years. Cena isn't just handing out compliments. He's recognizing that Femi possesses the kind of freakish intensity that doesn't just challenge Lesnar, it threatens the status quo. It's a massive statement to make, especially when you consider the history of the business. But when the face of the WWE speaks, you listen. If Femi is truly the only one who isn't an underdog, then we might be looking at the next evolution of a main event titan. What do you think? Does Oba Femi have the grit to actually survive a trip to Suplex City, or is Cena just adding fuel to the fire of a dream match we all want to see? Let us know in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button to keep your finger on the pulse of professional wrestling. And remember, in the world of legends, there is always someone waiting in the shadows to change the game forever. Did you think we had seen the last of the legend? Think again. Just 4 months after bidding a tearful farewell to the squared circle, John Cena shocked the world by walking back into the spotlight at WrestleMania 42. But don't get your hopes up for a title match just yet. Cena's return comes with a major twist. He wasn't there to wrestle, but to take on the massive responsibility of hosting the biggest show on Earth. This isn't just a one-off cameo. It marks his first big move under a new 5-year contract as an official WWE brand ambassador, signaling a major transition in his career from full-time performer to global face of the company. When that iconic "You Can't See Me" music hit the arena, the roof practically blew off. Dressed in a sharp navy suit rather than his usual ring gear, a visibly emotional Cena soaked in the adulation of the crowd. He admitted it felt strange being back, even telling the fans, "I missed you," before breaking into that classic run down to the ring we all know so well. It was a surreal moment to see the 17-time champ standing in the center of the ring, not as a fighter looking for a scrap, but as the master of ceremonies. Even a seasoned pro like Cena admitted he was nervous, with his voice cracking as he joked about being a long-time performer but a first-time host. But once the initial jitters faded, he masterfully captured the chaotic, polarizing energy of this year's WrestleMania road. He reminded us that the talking is finally over, and it's time to deliver, before closing the segment with that legendary, adrenaline-pumping welcome that fans have been craving. It is a bold new chapter for the Peacemaker star, showing that even without the wrestling boots, Cena remains the heartbeat of this business. What do you think of this new role for John? Is a brand ambassador suit better than the jorts? Or do you still want to see him lace them up one last time? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on the future of WWE. After all, in the world of wrestling, you never really know who's waiting behind the curtain.